Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between. Hey, everybody. Super excited today. Want to be able to give a big shout out to our Patreon members. We want to start it out that way because we had a Patreon member reach out to us and say, hey, look, guys.
They gave us some good, honest feedback.
Yeah, they wanted some changes. They wanted some things back, and we didn't realize that. Now, we have a lot of new things going on with our show, such as we have so many companies reaching out to us, and we've reached out to plenty of them saying, hey, can you look at our product? Can you give your people that? And we're like, this is awesome. This is what we wanted to do.
Because we want to show you guys really cool, good products that we love, products that maybe we don't love.
Yeah, and that's hard for us. So be patient with us. Some of the things you guys have seen, it's new, and that's always good because we're trying to evolve this show. And, you know, with that, I want to go into this strain. This strain is really cool. Very different from what I was expecting. This is a high potency strain typically.
Yeah, up to 37, almost 38% THC.
That's nuts. In flower, that's crazy.
However, I will say it does range from 17%.
That's right, as you were telling me.
To like 37%. That's crazy big swing.
Oh, yeah. And the way that I think of this strain, it's like you just driving on a Sunday drive, right? What was back in the day, you knew when you were arriving in style, you were driving in a Cadillac.
Ugh, love that. My grandpa had a Cadillac back in the day.
Yeah, just a big old boat.
He did. It was a massive boat, and they always were. But they were really smooth, comfortable, relaxing rides.
Yeah, and you could hit anything with it, and you would barely know.
Yeah.
These things are made out of steel.
Deer.
Yeah. At least 4 or 5 protesters. Like, you can hit anything you want in this car, and you would just have to hose it off. But to go along with that,
Jose Cuervo it off.
Yeah, just don't worry. We'll give you a blessing. But this is Cadillac Rainbow.
It's made from crossing Pure Michigan and Runts. If you haven't checked out Runts, go back in the library and check out Runts.
And we got Runts. We got Obama Runts. Obama Runts was great.
Don't have Pure Michigan, though.
No, we've never been able to taste Pure Michigan. I'm assuming that you can probably find this in Michigan.
I would guess.
Weird.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Nah.
Maybe somebody
down there. We should check California.
Yeah, probably. West Coast, Best Coast, right? But reason why we felt this is a little weird is this is a very unique hybrid indica dominant.
Yeah, but a different type of indica dominant. Not like sink you in the couch, but like an airy, light, relaxing.
It's a very slow evolving strain.
Yeah.
And with that, we should definitely partake, and we can be able to give our...
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've already played around with this, but...
So we had done an episode of this one earlier, exactly of this. But apparently I was a rookie and forgot to make sure that the input was the mics and not the laptop mic. So now we got to go for round 2, which means Jesse's going to get a little high. Got him.
Oh my goodness. Apologies. So, wow. Second time around on this, it's really awesome. What we're smoking in today too, these beautiful bongs are provided by Cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis creates some of the coolest looking glass out there, I would say. And they have such a large variety of it.
Yeah, and some of it is, we love a ton of it. You were scrolling through it earlier today, and there's like this boba one, a ramen one.
The ramen cup.
These like skull ones, the Halloween ones. There's just tons of them.
They're super cool. The reason why...
Pineapple.
Oh, dude, I want that pineapple. That pineapple is
cool.
dope.
I was like, oh my gosh.
But these ones here, like they have so many different designs. I'm rocking Dreamy Cloud.
Dreamy Cloud, or as you like to call it,
Skywalker.
Yeah.
I love this. This has got this cool little bowl that looks like a cloud. But, you know, one of the things I've always wanted to try is an ice catcher bong. And these
Mhm.
are ice catcher bongs. You can put it over there, and it just has this really nice cooling effect.
It really does. It like cools it down. It makes the hit almost like the Happy Camper.
Oh, totally. This is such a
Not
cool.
quite as clean because it doesn't
No.
quite filter out the carcinogens, but that is a incredibly smooth. Like
Well,
when we
even
did
now,
ice.
dude, I love that hit. I just had. I mean, I coughed because I took a pretty big rip. But right now, and this is the cool thing. I think it's even better that we had to come back and re-record this because now we know all the really good points of what we're feeling and how we experienced this. And honestly, you know, with flower, I'm so happy that we did this today, where we used the Canna Styles because they're just big enough, right? This is a little like what's like 12, maybe 13 inches.
Yeah.
I think about 12 inches tall, and it's
Probably
the
about.
perfect size over there. It's a good size bowl, but there's something about smoking through a bong that is very satisfying, and also you're taking in more sometimes than you would normally from a dry pipe.
I do.
I tend to because dry pipe is a little harsher on the throat.
Yeah. I feel like this is easier to take one of those. And versus on a dry pipe, the longer you inhale, the hotter it gets, the more you're going to burn your lungs. And
Right.
it feels harsher. This one's not as bad.
No, not at all. And you know what, dude? For the price, these are fairly inexpensive.
Probably.
For
This one's
glass.
the Celestial Midnight, and all of this blue stuff
Oh yeah.
glows in the dark.
Go check out our Insta. He's got a video of that.
It's so dope. I
Yeah.
love it. And I like they pull really nice. These pieces are really smooth. They're made from borosilicate glass. So they're pretty solid pieces.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I mean, these aren't your typical hand blown type of bongs, but I had to say, you know, for those who are looking to get something, because right now I'm telling you, I'm feeling that awesomeness again.
I was going to say the one thing with Cadillac Rainbow that I really like is even though it's a semi-heady strain, it's not like pressure, it's not foggy,
No.
heady. It's just like,
Very light,
yeah, but it's a very light feeling
like your head's in the
strain.
clouds.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I seeing smoke come from mine? I was like, no way, that bowl's been out for a while. And it makes you see smoke that's not there. Yeah, we talked about it before. It really settles into the back, but not in a hard way. The thing that I really, really enjoyed about this strain is that for an indica, a high indica on the hybrid side, but still at 37%, and that's an average, you know, from
Yeah.
17 to 37. Hey, all of it can be really strong. I've had strains that are 15, 16.5, and they messed up my day. And I've had others that are 29. Meh.
Yeah, I think we've even had some that were 34 that were just like, oh, they were great, but it didn't displace you. It wasn't anything that was like overly, it wasn't anything that was a bad experience.
Yeah, and going into bad experiences, this is what I'm talking about. The anxiety you feel sometimes when you take a strain, and it just gets your heart racing. Because it's the endocannabinoid system getting it through everywhere to every nerve ending possible. I don't feel that tightness in my chest at all.
Yeah. This one we notice is it's in your back, but it's not in the chest at all.
Mm-mm.
It's a very relaxed one. Great for pain. Like,
Yes.
really good for pain.
Yeah, absolutely. My knee was killing earlier and it's not anymore.
My back's been off and on today, depending on what we've been using at the moment. But this one has like limonene, caryophyllene, and linalool, which are the most common terpenes in it.
Yeah.
And
which, you know, and it doesn't have pinene, and pinene tends to be those heart pumpers.
The one that definitely makes you, feel more anxious. And
yeah. And so being void of that, plus thinking about the genetic strain of it, that it's an indica, which is very hard for those who are not indica users.
Well, but it's a hybrid indica.
I know. I mean, yeah, but this feels like an indica, but you're exactly right. Because
I feel a lot more,
I'm super clear.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more clear-headed than more of the indicas.
Yeah. I remember coming off of this and going into the strain that we reviewed, and you can totally tell a difference. When I added the other strain on top of it, yeah, I was feeling pretty good. But now,
big difference, I bet.
well, the pain factor. Like my knee doesn't hurt. And my
Yeah.
knee has been bumping lately just because I have no ACL, right? And
Yeah.
it's not bone on bone yet, but it sure as hell feels like it because it could be bone on bone.
Rubbing a little.
It just hurts. It
Fucking
hurts
sounds
so
horrible.
bad. But right now, going through this, I would say that the only negative side I'm feeling from this is that it's a little cotton mouthy.
Yeah, it is, but it wasn't super cotton mouthy. It's really not terrible.
No.
But yeah, definitely have a good drink around.
Yeah,
But
keep your jug around.
unfortunately, we already ground it up earlier.
Yeah, because we use this amazing grinder. And the reason why we say it's just a crazy cool grinder is what they've done to replace it, because that you can tell the quality.
It still smells delicious.
And it's still fluffy.
It's like citrusy. I get like lemony, minty flavors in it.
Let me smell that. Yeah, minty.
Yeah,
Very pungent.
but this grinder from Stash is super unique. It's got nubs, little roundish nubs
no
instead
blades
of blades or pyramids or anything. But it grinds really quick.
Yeah.
And the grind is super fluffy.
Well, and that bowl is deep enough, because that's some of the problems that people have with their grinder is there's just not enough.
Yeah, there's been times that I grind it and my bottom part is just like overflowing.
And then it gets caught in those little holes.
Yeah.
And you have to sit there like an idiot poking them all out there because you don't want to risk losing that. But
that has such a deep base.
Yeah, if you can, I won't go too far, but we see that base goes really deep in there. But I think as far as when it comes to grinders, because we've tried a lot of them where they can be really pricey and and maybe not the best for like a very sticky bud, right?
Yeah.
This one,
some of them had to have dry flower to really
imagine
do well.
the cleaning on that. That's so easy.
Yeah, really simple to clean.
Right? I mean, it's not, you're not going to have to soak it, because this is such a the keef catcher underneath it. It's a good size amount. For those who are really into your keef, because you're JG Keefworth.
Yep. You just want to know.
Yeah, I want it now. I want my keef and I want it now. Yeah, Q pins, dude. That guy, he makes me laugh. But yeah, I mean, and it matters, especially when you're trying to be able to have all those aromatics. So you could be a savage and do it by hand, because my brother-in-law does that. And,
breaking it apart with your fingers all.
Yeah, I just, whatever. These grinders, when you get a grinder, you're not going to be buying one all the time, nor should you be.
Yeah.
If you've got a really good grinder.
Nah.
Look down in the show notes, you're going to see the bongs down there, and you're also going to see the Stash grinder. I think it's, what is it, the 5-stage?
I don't know. Looks like there's 4 pieces.
Or 4 pieces. I think they're awesome. You got that basin up top that can be an ashtray. Also,
yeah,
it's just there to put your bud, just to remind you, hey, did you forget? We have an appointment.
I know, right?
To smoke. It's right there.
But I really like it. This is a really relaxed, but it's supposed to be munchy, kind of like a hungry strain.
I don't feel real munchy. I mean, I know we just had lunch, but I don't feel munchy.
No. I'm trying to think if we did this morning, like on the first recording. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really feel like, I don't think I was super munchy this morning either. But maybe for those who are struggling with eating, or having an appetite, maybe this is good enough to curb whatever's going on with your stomach. Just make it easy enough.
Pain. Because pain is when you're in a lot of pain, you don't want to eat.
Oh, I do. I still eat.
I mean like horrible bad pain, like after a surgery or something like that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just terrible.
Right.
But that's when I think a tincture would be really good if you could take that. Because, I mean, like you had just the other week where your mouth hurt. And you were sick, but at the back of your throat, like smoking would just irritate the hell out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was sick and I had cannabis, took me through there, man. Like I was using dabs too, which
Proud dad moment.
yeah, I was just like, I'm not coughing yet. So I decided to be able to use cannabis. Oh, dude, I feel way loose on this one.
Well, it's
the
good.
second time around is even looser.
It's supposed to help with depression.
Well,
I think it's a really good,
yeah,
happy, relaxing.
but pain relieving too, though. That's the cool part because I tend to feel like the pain relieving ones are prepared to not go anywhere.
Yeah,
like banana kush.
they can be, or like
banana kush in large amounts will knock you down.
Or like it's harder to focus. Like you don't want to. It's harder to get something accomplished, and you can notice that, hey, my focus isn't here, because most of those are a heavier strain.
Oh yeah,
and the way they hit is just very different than some of the more sativa-based terpenes and that you'll get.
Well, and that just goes to show, like with the strain, it's more about the entourage effect. Like what else is paired with it? What are the terpene profiles? What's the cannabinoid profiles? It makes sense to understand that because then you can start understanding your own physiology and how your body needs certain things at certain times. Like we are very caught up in this culture of doing some type of diet fad, right? Yeah. I'm on keto. I'm on carnivore. I'm a fruitarian. Yeah. A fruitarian. I heard about that. If you're a fruitarian,
vegetarian,
all fruit,
vegans,
just fruit. Yeah. I mean,
the fruitarian's crazy. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they have like this ritual.
Feel like so much
where you
sugar.
have to piss out of your ass for the rest of your life because there's no. I mean, yeah, there's fiber in it, but there's nothing else, and so they tend to use vegetable, but they're primarily a fruitarian. Which a fruitarian kind of sounds like you come from a mystical land.
Maybe they do.
I hail from Fruitaria.
Where do you come from?
I'm Fruitaria, off of the coasts of mangoes. Like
I like mangoes.
I've met a lot of these people, but anyways, this just gives me this sense that I can do a lot during the day.
Yeah.
This is definitely a wake and bake or midday slump, right? You imagine that you're in your office, you're in the cab of a dump truck. I don't recommend you driving if you're driving a dump truck. But anyways, you get the point. Anyways,
you're at work.
Yeah, you're at work, right? And it's midway through the day. You just got back from lunch. You don't want to be back at that place. Fuck this place. I want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go play Baldur's Gate 3. I want to play Gran Turismo 7 again, right? That's what I want to do. But I still got to get shit done. This is motivating enough to turn any shitty activity into a good activity.
Yep. Like, all right, we're going to do it and it's going to be great.
3 more hours, 4 more hours. Screw it. I'm just going to go out to the parking lot real quick and pull out my Dreamy Cloud right there and just hotbox my own car and come in, and I'm going to be the most productive, happy worker I've ever been.
You are probably going to smell like flower, and you might get talked to depending on where you work.
Either that, you're going to be talked to going, who's your plug?
Yeah, right? Man, you smell delicious.
Yeah,
can I get some of that?
I don't know. I don't think I would ever say that to somebody. You smell delicious. Because that almost sounds slightly rapey.
But if they smell like flower, I feel like that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, it could be taken multiple ways. I mean, for you, that may end up into, waking up randomly in a bathtub of ice.
Kidney.
Yeah, you're missing it. We're like, what the fuck? What happened? I just told this guy he smelled delicious. Next thing I know, my ass ended up here.
That's how it happens. Man.
That's how it happens. It's every Liam Neeson movie. I don't know who you are, but I will come after you.
I've got a set of skills.
I have a certain set of skills. Right? I mean,
nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills.
Chopstick skills.
Yep. He's pretty dope with chopsticks.
Right? He can do that trick that I can't figure out. Like somebody lights it and stays lit. You ever seen that?
It's not real.
It's not real?
No, they just fucking
I'm fucking high, right? Oh, no.
I've already been down that rabbit hole.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. You figured it out because I was also like, I was pondering things. I'm like, all right, Mesopotamia, Egypt.
Aliens.
How the fuck does that thing stay lit for so long? Now that one has been solved, bro. You got me on a streak now, solving the rest of that shit. And you're done. Like I knew it.
By the end of
I
this,
used acoustics
bowl,
to move those stones.
you're gonna figure out like world hunger and.
Well, okay. So right now, I feel it in my head. I feel it a little bit behind my eyes, but not in an overly powerful way. It would be like that kid. Remember, I told you about. I think I've told about it in the last a few episodes ago, where this kid in the grocery store. I was walking around and I was high as shit, and the kid goes, "How drunk are you?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And the mom's like, "What did he say to you?" He just asked me how drunk I am, and my eyes are like right now. And she's like, "I am so sorry," and I'm like, "How did you know?" And the lady just looks over at me. But that kid, dude, like that's how I feel right now. I feel like I am so chill, so relaxed that
It's such an incredibly relaxing stream, but not
yeah.
like sink you in a couch relaxing. Like you
No.
said, it's a light, it's airy.
I
like
feel it
it's
in my back, but not a lot.
yeah.
It's light, and that's what I like about it. Some
feel like-
indicas hit me like,
It's not like the cloud, like you're floating on cloud 9, but it's like you are a cloud.
yeah, you just.
Like you're just. I mean, I know clouds supposedly weigh a ton of weight.
I
but
am the Michelin
like
man.
it's what
That's
you
what I look like.
imagine.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
one
I'm marshmallow.
in marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
There you go.
That's how I feel. It feels like
Airy. It's fluffy, light.
sugary, diabetic inducing.
Oh
no,
shit.
it's
Stay
this
away
is
from me.
really because even leaning back,
Mhm.
sometimes you find it with an indica, you get like overly like your back is so tense. Sometimes with the sativa too. That's kind of different, right? Because sativas usually hit in the back.
Yeah. Or in the chest.
Yeah, a lot in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. It's that
Tops of the
love-hate
shoulders
Mhm.
and chest a lot.
but I feel
Sometimes
it
I feel
in my
it in
head.
my neck.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
there are some times that I'll
curse
have
you.
that.
Curse you, tiny toilet.
I love
Yeah.
that show. Yeah, but it is so nice. And I had some hip pain earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much gone.
Nice. I get a
Um,
lot more of the diesel-y notes on my exhale
Oh,
still. Like I'm
100%.
getting the diesel-y tones.
If you told me that it was like a diesel strain,
Mhm.
totally. And that's probably
you
where
get a
the
little
Cadillac,
bit of the note in there.
that's probably where the Cadillac comes from. Because
that could be.
you think back in the day, those old Cadillacs, I'm not saying they were running on diesel. Maybe some of them did. But, you think back to then to now. They didn't have catalytic converters.
No, I just figured it was
It's a
from
straight
like,
shot.
it feels like you're cruising in a caddy.
Yeah, but you just...
Like it's just so smooth.
But it's the diesel notes reminds me of the gas that you would be smelling from that gas hog. Like that thing is just like, how many miles to the gallon? They're like, wait, miles? You guys go
It's
miles?
funny.
I thought we go by feet.
Yeah,
Those
I don't
things
know
like-
what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah, what the hubcaps were made out of, like, baby seal skin.
I know. And the
It's just like-
tears of children in Malaysia.
Yeah,
So.
just, fuck the planet. But no, I get those diesel notes. It reminds me of a car. But yeah, like where your analogy's going with the Cadillac. It's just chill. And it's rainbows, meaning it's just good out, right? It's not
Yeah.
rain. It's not hot as balls where you're just like dying in a convertible Cadillac. I hate convertibles because I'm self-induced bald. And it just hurts, right? This isn't a solar panel.
No.
And so, but this is just
Bro,
so...
I got to get you this really nifty thing that they've made. It came out in the last week or two. It's called a hat.
Oh, I wear them all the time. You know me, dude.
I know.
I'm a hat whore. Like, if you're listening right now and your company has a cool ass hat, fucking send that shit.
He would wear it all the time.
Hell yeah.
and I would
love
wear it
hats.
every once in a blue moon. Yeah.
I love those hats, right? I wear them all the time. But yeah, I just like how this is just, it's got me in such a good mood.
Yeah, it
That
is.
and the pain relieving properties and being able to be awake, thinking about people who just went through a major surgery. And I know a lot of people are like, you can't do that because opioids. You know what? I'm telling you right now.
This is a better option.
I haven't taken a lower tab or a Percocet in years.
I had cut the tips of both of these fingers on a table saw, and they were horribly mangled, especially my middle one. The end of it was bad, and all I used was cannabis, and that's it.
Well, and I mean, I don't think I've ever really wanted to, because I mean, I have it, and I have several different pain medications, but I keep them as more of doomsday prepper type stuff, because maybe I don't have access to cannabis at that very moment, right? Maybe I'm away from somebody, right? But
Yeah, you never know.
you never know. But the idea is to be able to help quell that. But knowing what cannabis can do, especially this strain right now, you can get a lot of stuff done. You got bad back pain. You just had some crazy surgery on your guts. This is going to help a lot. When I went to the dentist, I didn't use any. I was like, no, you can numb me up, but I don't need the gas. And he's like, you're crazy. You just like pain? I'm like, no, I just...
You're like, you don't know what I'm into.
Yeah, I smoked a
Put the collar on.
half J out there and like feel pretty good. This would have been the best one. I was on a really sleepy strain. I think it was like Granddaddy Perp or something like that.
Been fantastic.
And I was just like, but it was nice because I wasn't like gagging or anything like that. They were reconstructing a tooth I broke, a molar.
Damn, that still sounds painful.
Oh, it was just weird. It was almost to the nerve. It was like almost there, teeny bit of the way. It would have been a full root canal. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. But it was super easy to take that and not have any pain during or after. And I already had a tincture of it, so I was just like, cool, drop.
Makes it simple.
Right. So I think that looking for a strain, new one, you definitely need to think about what's going to make the most sense for you. So check this strain out, your local dispo.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts.
Go down the show notes down below. Check out all the stuff we talked about today.
Really actually dig Canna-Style stuff.
I love Canna-Style.
I take that back. I really love all these products. The stash grinder is actually really dope.
I love that grinder.
I've
got a slightly different one, but
fantastic.
This bong, if you're getting glass, reasonable price, and just so many cool styles to be able to, I've got two of them and I love them. The next one I'll bring one at a time, but check them out. Again,
and we're going to give one away here in a little. So,
go to our social media. Enter in.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Love you guys.
Take care.